Money has at times caused stress in our marriage, not because we didn't understand money, but because we didn't understand how to manage the relationship with each other about money. We're not alone. Money is the top-cited reason for stress in a marriage. Money is also the top-cited reason for divorce. We learn to work through our challenges, and now we glide through money conversations. Hi, I'm Brian Page, founder of Modern Husbands. We share ideas to manage money and the home as a team. I'm going to share the real reason couples fight about money. And if you do well financially, you're not excluded from the possibility that money is a source of stress in your relationship. You can be wealthy and still fight about money. Many do. People of all income levels live beyond their means, even some wealthy families. Wrap your mind around this. According to the report on the economic well-being of U.S. households in 2015, which was released by the Federal Reserve, of families whose household income exceeds $100,000 a year, 1 in 10 spent more than they made that year. That same year, the American Psychological Association's annual Stress in America survey found that money is the top source of stress for American adults. And 2015 was the 7th year in a row for this finding. I chose 2015 as an example because we were not facing a recession, nor was the economy especially hot. 2015 was a routine year. And I can assure you that for those who can afford it, making impulsive purchases on Amazon or driving a brand new luxury car will not make for a happier marriage if it leads to living beyond your means. There are unlimited reasons couples could face the financial hardships that spark fights and frustrations, but you can't allow living a lifestyle beyond your means to be one of them. I am the co-host of the Modern Husbands podcast. An early guest was Dr. Brad Klontz. Dr. Klontz is a CFP, an expert in financial psychology, financial planning, and applied behavioral finance. We asked him why so many couples live beyond their means. Here is what he said.
One of the things that's happening is we're being lied to on social media around how rich people actually spend their money. And this is something that really upsets me. Our studies have found that the ultra wealthy are the opposite of keeping up with the Joneses. It's really fascinating. People are really focused on status around money. For example, if you ask them how much money they made, they will admit in a test, they'll say, well, I'd probably tell you I make more than I actually do. The ultra wealthy people, they say, I would probably tell you I make less than I actually do. And that's a real mind bender because you don't see that on Instagram. You see people leaning up against Mercedes and flashing, wads of cash. It's sort of crazy. That's actually not what rich people do. It goes back to the millionaire next door. Like most people who are millionaires in the United States, most are self-made. Most are employees, by the way. They're not entrepreneurs. They're just religiously setting money aside each month into that boring 401k. Yeah. So if you don't have one, get one, fully fund it. That's how most people are getting there.
Financial stress causes suffering. It impacts marriages, jobs, and relationships with your children. Couples are fighting about money all across the country. Heck, you likely know friends or family members who do, but they probably don't tell you. After all, it's taboo to talk about money. What couples should strive for, at a minimum, is financial health. Think of it this way. Being financially unhealthy is like being stuck in the hospital. You count on others to keep you going from one day to the next. Of course, you're going to be stressed, and you're going to be distracted. Everything else could be going well, but you can't fully enjoy it. Sometimes you end up in the hospital because of your choices. It could have been a choice someone else close to you made. Other times, it is simply bad luck, but you must work through it all the same. If you're financially healthy, you have financial security and financial freedom of choice, now and in the future. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau created criteria for financial well-being, and they found that financial well-being includes the following elements. Number 1, control over your finances. Having control over one's finances in terms of being able to pay bills on time, not having unmanageable debt, and making ends meet. Number 2, the means to absorb a financial shock. Having a financial cushion against unexpected expenses and emergencies. Having savings, health insurance, and good credit. Number 3, progress toward established financial goals. Goals such as paying off one's student loans with a certain number of years, or saving for a particular amount towards one's retirement. Number 4, the ability to make choices to enjoy your life. Choices such as taking a vacation, enjoying a meal out every once in a while, going back to school to pursue an advanced degree, or working less to spend more time with family. You can assess your own financial well-being using their Financial Well-Being Interactive tool. I included the link in the post. Financial health, or oftentimes referred to as financial well-being, sits at the intersection of financial literacy, behavioral finance, and financial harmony. Financial literacy is the ability to understand and effectively use various financial skills, including personal financial management, budgeting, and investing. Behavioral finance asserts that rather than people being rational and calculating, we often make financial decisions based on emotions and cognitive biases. And financial harmony is how well you and your partner can work together to manage money. It requires building a strong foundation of trust and shared financial goals. Financial health is not achieved by compartmentalizing these concepts. They are interwoven in the collective choices made by spouses. Sometimes referred to as financial well-being, it is often at the core of financial stress and strain couples face. So what is the real reason couples fight about money? You are arguing about money with your spouse because you are not financially healthy. You are not financially healthy because between the two of you, something is missing. Financial literacy, behavioral finance strategies, or financial harmony. Perhaps you or your spouse experienced financial trauma significant enough that rational financial decisions are nearly impossible to make at times. Yet behavioral finance experts have developed apps at our fingertips that use science against our best interest. You may have been denied your right to a high-quality financial education in school. So you graduated into the school of hard knocks, and our schools failing to foster financial literacy as a part of who you are has left you feeling beat up and at no fault of your own. Your parents may not have talked to you about money. They might not have modeled how to talk about money with one another, or worse, they could have set a bad example, making financial harmony impossible without help. Managing money in a marriage, particularly when you're barely making ends meet, is tough as it is. We all need all the help we can get because it will lead to a happier marriage. Fact, married couples are more likely to be happy when they both participate in sound financial management practices, such as budgeting, saving, maintaining low debt, and living within or below their means. The solution? Make a commitment with one another to be financially healthy. Use behavioral finance strategies to make saving easier and spending harder. Dedicate yourselves to learning more about personal finance. Commit to each other to be financially harmonious by meeting regularly and work together to manage money as a team. Growing through the journey together starts with having no shame with the decisions you have made in the past and not blaming your spouse for past decisions. Get right with each other, and then the learning can begin. There are 3 ways you can follow Modern Husbands and learn from national personal finance experts in marriage and money to make your marriage stronger by together achieving financial health. Number 1, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will share long-form videos such as this one weekly, podcast episodes, and shorts for fast tips. Number 2, subscribe to our newsletter. Every 2 weeks, we send out our latest articles, podcast releases, and free resources. And number 3, subscribe to our podcast, the 2023 Plutus Award finalists for Best Personal Finance Content for Couples or Families. You can find the link to all 3 in the description of this post. And if you're already following us, please spread the word to help your family and friends. We welcome all to the Modern Husbands community.